All right, so I welcome you all to tonight's session. So we do mentoring session from time to time. So for tonight, we'll be looking at how to create sustainable wealth. So the goal is for you to be able to, in the long run, be able to meet all your needs, even if you are sleeping 24 hours every day. You don't work again. You are still able to meet all your needs. You are still able to, cater for all your needs with your family and whatever you want. So that's the goal of this session. Many of us know me already. So my name is Wale Olajumoke. Many know me as the head of training at Tech 365. And aside that, I'm a certified life coach. And I do coaching at Result Acceleration. Then I'm a business strategist as well. So I help people to grow business, expand their business, and come up with strategy. So that's a little about me. Okay, so let's get started for what we have today. So I'm going to be asking you a series of questions in the course of the class. So it's going to be a bit interactive so that we get maximum results from the session. So disclaimer, while what I'm sharing with you are based on my experience, research, and observation, it is not a financial advice. So you are advised to consult financial professional before you take further action on what you're going to be learning today. So don't say, oh, because Mr. Wale said this, you took the decision, and based on that, it didn't go as you desire, and as a result, I'm not going to be liable for any action you take based on this information. It is for educational purpose. It is not a financial advice. And also, your situation might be unique. So even though I'm giving a general information, your financial status differ from person to person. So some already have something going on for them, some don't have anything going on for them, and so on. So how you apply the information will differ from person to person, even though it's a general principle that should work for anybody, irrespective of wherever you are. And also, you are advised to do your own due diligence, and when necessary, consult financial professional. So with that said, let's go on. So again, as I ask questions as we move on, feel free to respond in the chat. So the first question would be, what is wealth? So based on your own understanding, can you quickly put it in the chat? What is wealth? There's no right or wrong answer. Just respond in the chat. What is wealth? I'm waiting for a response. So I've had, oh, somebody is wealthy or wealth. I've had it from time to time. So what's your understanding of wealth? Can you put it in the call, in the chat, in the Zoom chat? Zoom chat, not WhatsApp chat. Zoom chat. What is wealth? I'm yet to see any response. I want to be sure we are following along. What is wealth? Anybody? There's no right or wrong answer. Just say what you know. Type in the chat. What is wealth? Okay, so I've seen one. Wealth is state where you are able to meet your need without inconvenience or bothering anyone. Okay, maybe we'll take one or two more. What is wealth? What is the value of what you own? Maybe one more person. What is wealth? One more person. What is wealth? One more person. What is wealth? There's no right or wrong answer. Just say what you know. Okay. Having enough resources to live comfortably. Oh, those are brilliant answers. Thank you for those answers. Having enough money to live well. Okay. Thank you. So in the course of this session, which is going to be like an hour, you should be able to know what wealth is, how wealth is different from riches. Okay, so let's go. Now, one more question before I tell you what wealth is. If you receive, let's say, 20 million naira today, what would you do with it? Can you put the answer in the chat? If you maybe just one way or the other, you receive 20 million naira, what will you do with it? Okay, invest, okay. Another person? What will you do with it? You receive 20 million naira today. Invest in treasury bills and mutual funds and rest business, okay? Invest in diverse ways. All right, thank you for your feedback. They are appreciated. Okay, fund my agency idea and get a land too. All right. I'm happy that some of us have an idea of what investing is. Okay, I will invest it so it can multiply. Okay, good. Buy stocks in Dangote Refinery. Okay, no problem. All right, now picture this. This is a popular scenario. Have you ever seen maybe a man, maybe a senior manager in a company? It may not be a senior manager, but it's just an example. And the man lives comfortably with his family. He owns a car, he has a driver, he has a cook, he travel abroad for summer holidays, he lives in his own house, the children attend good school, and life is comfortable for them. Then something happens along the line, either the man loses his job or the man passed away, and suddenly everything changed for that family. People that have been living comfortable before, maybe they had to change the schools of the children. Maybe if the house is on mortgage, maybe they have to move to a less expensive house. They have to downgrade their lifestyle. The things they can afford before, they can no longer afford them just because the man lost his job or the man passed away. Has anybody seen this kind of scenario before? Maybe somebody you know or anything like that. Just say yes if you have in the chat. Has anybody experienced something like this before? Okay, yeah, thank you. Somebody said yes. Any other person have experienced it? If you have not, you can just say no. You just know if you have. It may not be exactly how I said it, but something like this. Okay, two people said yes, they have experienced like that. Okay, I didn't said yes. Okay, yeah, thank you. So this is very common experience. I've seen it again and again. But you know the truth? The truth is that it doesn't have to be the case. The demise of the husband or the man or whatever should not be a catastrophe to the family. That a man dies or that a man lost his job should not be that people cannot maintain their lifestyle again. And how can that be achieved? That's the goal of this session. All right, so let's move on. Now, there's a difference between financial stability and financial freedom. So most times what people have is financial stability, not financial freedom. And there's a difference between them. Imagine a manager. I'm just using a manager as an example. It might be a businessman or any other person. I'm just using that as an example. So imagine a manager, a businessman, or whoever that or let me just use a manager as an example. I think a manager will fit my example. So imagine a manager that works maybe in a bank, in a oil and gas, or any whatever company. And that manager earns, let's say, 5 million naira per month, or whatever the salary is. If that person is able to use that 5 million naira per month to meet all his needs, like he's able to feed his family, he's able to pay rent or have his own house, he's able to put them in a good school, he's able to travel for summer and enjoy life at its best. Now, that person, remember, is a manager in a company, either a bank, oil and gas, or whatever company it is. Now, most of the time, that kind of person I described now is financially stable. It doesn't mean that that person is financially free. And people often interpret financial stability as financial freedom. The fact that you can meet all your needs While you are working, you can travel out, you can, go for summer and all of that, pay for the school fee of your children, pay your house rent, feed your family, wear good clothes and all of that. That does not mean you are financially free. Now, the reason or the difference between the two is that man that is able to meet all his needs, if he lose his job in that bank, in that oil and gas or whatever, the question will be, can he still sustain that lifestyle that he's living? Is he still able to meet all his needs financially, the school fee, feeding, accommodation, and so on? If the answer is no, then that means the person is only financially stable, because it is the job that is sustaining that lifestyle. The moment that job stops, that person is no longer able to meet that needs again. That's why it's financial stability, not financial freedom. So financial freedom means you are not depending on active work for you to meet your needs. Meaning, even if you don't work again, maybe you retire or you resign or whatever, you are still able to meet all your needs. Or if the man dies, the family is able to meet all their needs. The students are still able to go to school, they are still able to feed well, the way they are feeding, they are still able to pay their rent or what have you. That is financial freedom. I believe we get the difference between the two. Financial stability means you are able to meet all your needs while you are still working, based on your salary and the likes. Why financial freedom means you are still able to meet all your needs even if you're working. So that's the difference between financial freedom and financial stability. If you have any question at the end of the session, I'm going to attend to them. All right. So now, what is wealth creation? Wealth creation is the ability to own valuable assets that generate passive income sufficient to cover your living expenses without active work. Just like I've said, you're able to cover all your expenses without active work. So meaning that you're able to still generate revenue that can meet all your needs from valuable assets that are bringing in passive income for you. So that's what we mean by wealth. And because the income is passive, so even if you lose your job, you are not affected. Because it's passive, even though the person is no more, the money still continues to flow. So that's the meaning of, wealth creation. So people assume they will be wealthy just because they are religious. So people feel that, oh, I'm serving God, I'm praying to God. Because of that, I'm going to be wealthy. I'm sure you can bear me witness that there are many religious people. And when I say religious, I mean they are sincerely serving God and yet they are struggling financially. So it means being religious does not guarantee that you're going to be wealthy. Working hard doesn't guarantee wealth. People feel that, oh, I'm working hard, I should be wealthy. Yes, it's good to work hard, but it does not guarantee wealth. Being born rich does not guarantee wealth. Many people have inheritance. Maybe some of us have even seen one or two persons like that who inherit maybe property from their family, but today they are struggling financially. Inheriting wealth does not guarantee, having inheritance does not guarantee that the person will be wealthy. Being academically brilliant does not guarantee wealth. I'm sure some of us, you have a classmate, maybe in secondary school, in university, who are very brilliant, who are like a genius, but today they are struggling financially, or they are just, trying to get by. So it means that being academically intelligent does not guarantee wealth. Otherwise, all first-class people should be wealthy. Being honest does not guarantee wealth. You are a person of integrity. You don't lie. You always say the truth. Yes, it's a good virtue, but it does not guarantee that you are going to be wealthy. Having a noble profession does not guarantee wealth. You have seen people that are into sports, that they play either football or boxing, and they make a lot of money. But later in their life, They are struggling financially, they are bankrupt, or some are doctors, some are engineer, some are accountants, some are, different noble profession. Some are lawyer, some are musician. I'm sure you have had so many musicians that are wealthy, early on, but later in life, they started struggling. So having a noble profession that is very financially rewarding or that gives you high income, it does not guarantee that the person will be wealthy. I'm sure some of these things might be coming to you as shocking. So you mean somebody that is born rich doesn't guarantee that the person will be wealthy? The answer is yes. Somebody that is brilliant, somebody that is earning high income, it doesn't mean the person will be wealthy. And I'll give you just a small example. If you are earning, let's say, 500K per month or whatever the amount is, and your expenses per month, you are earning 500K per month, your expenses per month is 550K or 600K per month. That person may be able to meet all their needs while they are working. If your income is 500K per month and you are spending 500K per month, it means the day you stop that job, struggle will start. So that's why that person can be deceived with the fact that they're able to meet all their needs. That's why you see people living, maybe Ikoyi, VI, Lekki, Aja, or whatever, good accommodation, they have everything. But those things, those lifestyle, those traveling abroad, and all those lifestyle, it is being maintained with that their active income, with that salary they are earning, whether 500K, whether 1 million naira, whether 5 million naira, or whatever it is. It's being sustained by that income. So the day that job stops, then they start struggling because they cannot maintain that lifestyle again because that income is not coming again. And for the people that maybe they inherit money, now the people that build the wealth is the parents. They have certain knowledge, certain insight, certain network, certain idea that they are implementing that help them to build that wealth. The point is that if that thing that they know is not transferred to their children as well, even though they inherit those money, those properties and whatever, the children might go back to square one. And there are a lot of examples in this all over the world. A good example is Vanderbilt. So Vanderbilt is one of the richest people in the world in his days. And it was so rich that even generations keep inheriting that wealth. But along the line, they lost it. Why? Because being wealthy, inheriting inheritance, inheriting money, even if it is billions, it doesn't guarantee wealth. There are people that have won lottery. Maybe they did gambling, they did betting or whatever, and they win, millions of naira. Before you know it, they go back to square one. You have seen maybe a bread seller that was, became celebrity overnight, a pure water seller that was set up, and different other people like that. And I'm not trying to make jest of them. I'm just trying to let you know that those people were, they got fame, but it was not sustainable. So all this example I'm giving is not in any way to look down on anybody, to undermine them, or to shame them in any way. It's so that you can learn from their own experience. That's why I'm giving those examples, please. So I believe this is clear. The fact that having all of this does not guarantee wealth. Now, I said that wealth creation is about earning enough passive income that can meet your needs, through assets. So what are assets? So assets are what generates income for you without active work. So an example would be, if I own property now, maybe you are a landlord. As a landlord, I don't need to work before those rents, those tenants pay rents to me. So that is asset. So asset is anything that brings income for you. So, you receiving rent from properties, that's an asset. Treasury bills. So you give government your money, then the government is paying you money, regularly, maybe yearly. So that's an asset. You have a land and you lease that land to people, they rent it from you and they are using it to farm or whatever they are using it for. That's an asset. Asset is anything that brings you money. Intellectual property. Maybe you write a book and people are buying that book. Because you don't need to write the book again and again. You only wrote it once. And that same book, people keep buying it even, even when you are dead, they will keep buying it. And, the revenue still come in. So that's an example of asset, intellectual property. Patents. Maybe you patent an idea, an invention or something like that is an asset. When you invest in stocks, is an asset because they keep giving you dividends, from time to time, or the price of the share might also appreciate. That's an asset. Mutual funds, you put your money with investment management company and they're paying you return on it on monthly basis. That's assets. You create a software or a website where a marketplace where people are using your service. That is an asset. Now, I'm not saying you building website every time. I mean, you build one that several people can use. Example will be Jumia. Jumia, they don't have to build that Jumia website for each customer. Instead, the customer, all of them will come to Jumia and be putting their products. So it is not Jumia that own the product. It is somebody else that own. Their own is just to bring that platform. So that platform is an asset that is generating income for them continuously, even though they only built that website only once. So those are examples of assets. So assets are things that brings income for you without actively working, to do those things again and again. Now, what are liabilities? Liabilities is anything that take away money from you. So when people are working and they are earning good salary, they buy expensive cars, expensive clothes, designer, luxury, gadgets, luxury apartments. That's why you see footballers. They will go and buy, $1 million cars, $1 million mansion, and all of those things. Yes, they can afford it. But the question will be, these things that they are buying, by the time they stop their job, maybe that their football career, their boxing career, their music career, and so on, with those, their luxury car, luxury house that they are living in alone, or whatever it is, will it be earning them income? If the answer is no, then it could be a liability. Example, you buy a private jet because you can afford it. Now, what happens when you park that private jet? You pay, for maintenance of where you park it. You pay the pilots, you pay those that will maintain it for you. So that means from time to time, on monthly basis, on yearly basis, that private jet is taking money away from you. So those can be a liability. So liability means anything that you have that is not bringing you money, that when you sleep, you are not earning something from that thing, then it's a liability. So oftentimes people are carried away that, oh, I have so much money in my bank, account, so let me buy this, let me buy that. Even at a lower level, maybe an undergraduate and the likes, they are buying iPhone 17 or whatever it is. That can be a liability because that iPhone does not bring any income for you. So I've talked about passive income. Passive income is money that, money that you earn without actively working. So the core point of wealth is the fact that it does not require your time. You don't have to be spending your time to make those money. So that's why it is passive. So real estate, you have built a house, your time is not involved for you to earn from that house because they keep paying you rent on that house, again and again. The price of that property keep appreciating again and again. The stocks, they keep paying dividend again and again, and so on. So those are passive income. So even while you are sleeping, even when you stop working, you are still earning from all of this. Now, the idea is that you should have enough passive income that is greater than your expenses. So you can say you are wealthy if, for example, in a month you spend, let me just give an example. So maybe in a month you spend 500,000 naira. I'm just giving that as an example. And your passive income, maybe from your investments, your rent and all of that, is, let's say, 1 million naira. So it means that even if you stop working and you're not collecting that salary again, because you are earning 1 million naira per month and your expenses per month is 500K, it means you can meet all your needs for that month and still have extra 500K, which you can still invest or use to do whatever you want to do. So that is when you can say that person is financially free. So you're financially free when your passive income is greater than your expenses on monthly basis, on yearly basis, or however you calculate it. So that's when you can say you are wealthy. And because it is passive, even if that person dies, that money still keep coming in, and the family, the children, the wife, or whatever, they can still be spending that money to meet all their needs without having to, change their lifestyle and all of that. So what wealth is not? So the following are not wealth. Example, Ponzi scheme. You hear of all these different schemes. They will tell you invest certain amounts and collect times 10 of that amount at the end of the month. Collect double of that amount at the end of the month. Collect, times 10 of that amount in 20 days. Those are Ponzi schemes. They are not a way to build wealth. They will make you poorer than, making you richer. Even if you say, oh, I've seen somebody that make, money from it, it's not sustainable. That is not sustainable is not wealth. Wealth should be sustainable. If you build a house now, you should be able to keep, getting rent from that house, continuously, even when you are no more. If you invest in stock, you should be able to continue to earn dividends, even when you are no more. So Ponzi schemes are not wealth. Overnight riches. Some people, they gamble and they make money overnight. Maybe they just win 10 million naira, 100 million naira, 500 million naira, or whatever. That is not wealth. Yes, it's good for you to make money, but that's not wealth. The fact that you have certain money, huge money that come just like that, it doesn't mean you are wealthy. It is what you do with that money that can make you wealthy. So overnight riches doesn't make somebody wealthy. But what you now do with that money is what can, make you wealthy. So get rich quick schemes is not wealth. So people guarantee you high return is not wealth because, like I said, if it's not sustainable, then along the line, they will start defaulting and, you will not be able to earn that kind of passive income again. Now, some people invest in things that are of high risk, like crypto, like forex, and all of that. I'm not saying they cannot make you money, but they are very volatile. Volatile in the sense that if you buy crypto today, there's no guarantee that the price will be so amount at so time. Yes, there's tendency that it can go up, and it has gone up many times, but it has also come down many times. So the idea is that crypto is not like selling a product or offering a service. It's not like tied to a physical business or activity per se. It's just, affected by different things like economy and so on. So you cannot depend on crypto as your source of wealth alone. If you choose to invest in crypto, no problem. But the point is that if all your money is in crypto, you can't say you are wealthy because anything can happen to crypto tomorrow. So bear that in mind. Like I said, if you have questions, when I'm done, I'll take your questions. Okay, so we have what we call the cash flow quadrant. So this is like different means of earning money. So the popular one is employment. So most people are under this category. I mean, many people attend our training. Their goal is, oh, I want to get a job. How do I get a job? There's nothing wrong in that. The only characteristic is that employment requires your time. So meaning that if you don't go to work, you're not going to make money. If the company sack you or whatever, you're not going to make money again. So that's the limitation of employment. So it's have his own benefits, have his own income to make you money, but it is not sustainable if you don't involve your time. Meaning that if you stop, it starts your time. So you only earn based on your time. When you no longer use your time for the company, you stop earning. So that's employment. Then we have self-employed employment. Now this is where you are not getting a job now, but you are the one that employ yourself. So example of that can be maybe a freelancer. So you are the one freelancing, using your own time to make money, to build website, to create software, to do DevOps, to do cybersecurity, to do data analysis, data science, and all of that, artificial intelligence, and people are paying you for it. It's a good way to make money. However, it's not sustainable because it's the day you stop freelancing, you say stop analyzing data for people, your income stop. Then we have business owner. So these are people that have business, that they have people that are working for them, and employee and whatever. So this one is more sustainable because if they stop working, the employee will still be working for them. So it's passive in some way because it doesn't necessarily require the person to be using his time before they can make money. So it gives you flexibility over your time. So you can travel, the business continue. Then the last part is investor. So investor is now those that use their money to make more money. So you use your money to make more money. And this also gives you flexibility over your time because your time is not involved. You can be sleeping and you are still making your money. You can be traveling and still make your money. So even when you die, the money is still coming and your family can be earning the money and still meet their needs. So the question will now be, should everybody now go and start a business? Because I said that will give you freedom over your time. The answer will be no. Because starting a business involves a lot of his own risk, his own challenges and so on. So the best place to be is the investor. And the question will be, so how do I do this? Is the fact that as an employee, whatever money you are earning, you should be saving them and invest them. So meaning that even though you are an employee, you can be earning passive income by saving part of your income. So you invest it in assets. So let's say, for example, your salary is 200,000 naira. You can be saving 20% of your salary. Or if you can, maybe you are still single or what have you, and you're able to save like 50,000 naira out of your 200K. That is, a good one. Then that 50K, at the end of the year, you should have like a 600K. But if you're not saving it, you are investing it, maybe into all those assets I've talked about. Instead of you having 600K at the end of the month, you might even have earned maybe 10% or 20% on it. So if you earn 10% on 600K, that would be 60K. If you earn 20%, that would be 120K. So your 600K plus 120K, that would be 720,000 naira. So meaning that while you are working from your salary, you are able to have 720,000 naira extra. Remember, your salary is still there. Then next year, if you continue that, it means you are no longer investing just the 50K now. You're now having 720K to invest. And by the time you keep adding your own 50K to the 720K, it means the second year, you should have something like something millionaire. So this is just an example. So, but the point is that whatever you are doing, you are thinking passive income. You are thinking there should be a time where I don't need to involve my time before I can make money. So that's why your focus should not just be to earn salary and live, expensive phone, expensive gadget, expensive wares, shoes, house and all of that, or car. Because oftentimes people spend the money they don't have to buy the things that they don't need in order to impress people that doesn't even care. If you drive car, I've forgotten the car you drive. But if that car is based on debt and whatever, you are the one that will still suffer it at the end of the day. So wisdom is you living within your means so that you can plan for your future such that when you stop working, you are still able to meet your need. Such that when you are no more, your family doesn't have to downgrade their lifestyle to survive. So that's why investment is very, very key for you to, create wealth. And if you look at wealthy people today, they fall in this category. Now, there are 3 levels. We have the survivor, we have the success, and we have the significance. So oftentimes, people focus on survivor. They keep hustling, they want to survive, they are just doing, German, just, different type of hustle just to survive. Now, there's nothing wrong in you hustling. At least you need to keep body and soul together. But your focus should be significance. Even though at the moment, if you don't have job, you don't even earn salary and all of that, it's okay. But my point is that while you are trying to get a job, or if you already have a job, while you're trying to get a better one, or while you're trying to get promotion at work, or while you're trying to increase your salary, or while you're trying to build a business, or while you're trying to, earn more income, your focus should be on significance, not survivor. Because if your focus is survivor, you just want to eat, dress up, live, have a shelter, and sleep, and that's all you want. That is a limiting, life. So your goal should be more of not just to meet your own need, but to even be more successful such that you can be blessing to other people. So when you think beyond yourself and you focus on significance, it will accelerate your results because your thinking, it will influence your thinking, and that your thinking will influence your action, and your action will influence the result you are going to get at the end of the day. So don't focus on survival, even though you may be at survival stage at the moment, focus on significance. So survival means your income is not even enough to take you, or you don't even have an income at the moment. So for somebody like that, your focus will be, what can you do to make money? And that's one of the reasons why you are acquiring skill. You are learning tech skills, to be able to use it to solve problems for people and, earn income. So then as you survive, maybe you eventually get a job, you eventually start freelancing, you eventually start a business or whatever you are doing, and income is coming. At that level, you are able to meet all your needs. So that means you are successful. You are financially stable. But again, you have to go beyond that and, try and be a blessing to other people. That's why you see people creating foundation that can, even outlive them when they are gone. So many of those foundations are still existing till today. That is still blessing to lives and to generation. So that should be your focus, and not just, I don't care. My own is just to survive, to make money, to enjoy life. So as you are seeking to succeed, focus on significance. How you can impact other lives beyond yourself. Now, common financial mistake that people make. Number one, lack of financial education. So many people just feel that, oh, I'm a graduate, that's enough. Even the fact that you study accounting, the fact that you study economics, does not mean you are financially intelligent. Because certain knowledge in the regular educational system about assets, how they do assets in accounting is different from assets in terms of wealth creation. And even economics, many things that economics will tell you are not the same when it comes to wealth creation. Example, economics believe in scarcity, but in wealth creation, there's nothing like scarcity. There's abundance in the world. And the fact that there's abundance, it will influence how you approach life. So, because if you have a mindset of scarcity, you'll be thinking that somebody will need to Somebody needs to lose opportunity for you to gain that opportunity. That's scarcity mindset. But when there's abundance mindset, it means so lack of financial education, you not knowing how you can multiply your money, how you can earn passive income, how you can, build sustainable wealth such that even if you are not working with your time, you are still able to earn income. Many people lack it. Even people that are earning good income, working, in big organizations, some of them lack this financial, education. Wrong belief about money. Many people believe that rich people are wicked people, because of that, psychologically, it's going to be repelling you from building wealth. So money is not evil. It is the love of money, in an excessive way that can, become evil. When you are desperate to do anything for money, you don't mind defrauding people, that's when it is wrong. But money itself is not wrong. It's a tool, and that tool can be used for both positive and negative. And if you have good plan, having money can help you achieve those good plans. Living above your means is a financial mistake that people make. So, like I said earlier, you are earning 150K or 200K or 500K, and you are spending 700K, 1 million naira per month. That is disaster, because you have to now need to be borrowing to meet up. Debt for liability. You see people, they want to do burial of their family member. They go and borrow money. That money that you borrow is not going to be bringing you income. You are spending it on for one day, and that will be the end. Then you are in debt. You're not going to be using your salary that should be investing for your future to pay debt that does not add any value to you. Am I saying people should not do burial? No. I'm just saying live within your means. Do the burial based on what you can afford, and not based on you trying to impress people, trying to kill 10 cows, just to show to the society that, you do a befitting burial. If later in life you have, money that is no excess, you can even say, oh, I want to remember my father or my mother or whoever, and spend money and take care of people, fine. But when you are not yet, free, don't spend the money that you use to plan your future or the future of your family, to be doing burial. And it's not just burial, even it could be wedding. You see people spending millions for wedding. For wedding, all you need is you, your wife, the witness, maybe both parents and maybe your friends, and maybe if it's traditional, you do it in traditional way. If it is law, you go to the customary courts and they join you together. If you are a Muslim or a Christian or whatever religion you practice, you bring your pastor, your imam, or whoever to pray for you. That's what matters in wedding. But when you now go and borrow money to buy suits, to buy wedding gown, and spending money on things that are not necessary to feed millions of people that will not even give you any money after your wedding, then you go into debt. That is not, a good one. Or you go and borrow money to buy a car, a very flashy car, a car worth your 3 year salary, then that is not sustainable. So never borrow money for liability. If I thought you borrow money, you borrow it to invest in assets that has minimum risk. Don't go and borrow money and invest in crypto or things that that has high risk. Ignoring financial education. So many people, when it's time for them to go for seminar or coaching or mentoring, they feel that, why should I pay, for all of these things? I know how much I've invested in knowledge, and I know the results it has, given me now. So for me, I don't joke with training, seminar, coaching, mentoring, because I know the value is going to give me at the end of the day. Lifestyle inflation. Your salary is 100K. It increased to 150K. Don't increase your expenses immediately. Don't quickly change your accommodation or apartment just because you won 5 million naira, 10 million naira, or huge money. You see all this Project Fame or whatever program they do on TV, and those people, they will win. You know, they'll give them 25 million, 20 million, 50 million, and their lifestyle will start changing. They'll start moving from Okokomaiko to Lekki, from somebody that is driving a simple car, or they don't even have a car. They start using the latest Jeep and all of that. I'm not saying they don't need to package themselves, but it shouldn't be you now moving from level 1 to level 10. At least move from level 1 to level 2 or level 3. Then let it be gradual. That's my point. So if you're earning 100K and you now get a job that's paying you 500K, don't now move from your apartment to apartment that is times 5 of what you have before. You can just move to an apartment that is like a little better than the one you had before. Not necessarily, you know, something that is going to give you a wide gap or that will mop up that funds. Ponzi scheme, you know, you trying to double your money. Even though you have listened that, oh, you need to save, you need to invest. It doesn't mean that you not pack your investment to something that you don't have knowledge about. So they will say, oh, there's this company that is paying times 10 of your money. You just give them your money. Find out what are they into. If they say they're into agriculture, do you know about agriculture? Have you been to their farmland? Do they have insurance in case anything go wrong? All of those things, you need to do your due diligence. You don't just invest blindly on things you don't know. It's like they're investing in crypto and you don't even know how crypto work. You don't know how forex work. Don't invest in something that you don't know, you know, deeply. And some people make financial mistake of trying to save everyone. You know, your family member, they need you, your siblings, your uncle, your brother, your junior ones, your extended family, your friends, your relation. I'm not saying you should not help people, but you are not the savior of the world. You cannot help everybody. So if your income is 100,000 naira, ask yourself, how much is my budget for charity or for helping people? If it is 10%, just an example, that 10% is what you should use to help people for that month. When that 30% is exhausted, and 30%, I'm sorry, I will not be able to help you. So maybe the next month when you earn your salary again, then you can help that person if it's still possible. So my point is help people, but let it be based on budget. Budget for, you know, money for charity, money for investment. So investment can be maybe 20% of your income. Charity can be any amount. It depends on you. But this is just for example. So it can be, oh, for my salary, 10% of my salary is for charity. 20% of my salary is for investment, or 30%, whatever you want. But the higher the amount you allocate for investment, the better. Because the goal of investing is so that you can retire early. So that in maybe 20 years time, 30 years time, you can retire. So if you are 30 years now, in another 20 years, you are 50 years. At that point, you should not be using your time to make money again. So that's the point. So the more aggressive you are about saving and investing, the faster you will reach your goal. Wealth creation journey. So like I said, you need to own assets. Now, it's not enough for you to own assets. You need to own assets across industries. So example, if you're buying stocks, don't just buy stock in one industry, maybe banks. All your stocks are only banks. What happens if there is issue with banks in Nigeria? So that means it will affect your income. So you can spread it. You can have some in oil and gas, some in banks, some in manufacturing, some in consumer goods. You know, you can spread it like that. Some in telecom, you know, something like that. Invest across geography. Don't let all your investment be in Nigeria alone. What if something happened in Nigeria, you know, there's no stability? That means all your investments will be affected. But if you have some outside Nigeria, if anything happens in Nigeria economy, at least the one outside Nigeria can still be sustaining you. So you have to ensure that you invest across geography. Invest across currency. If all your investment is in Naira, what happens if Naira fall, you know, tomorrow? God forbid, maybe $1 is now 5,000 Naira. It's just for explanation purpose. So that means the value of your investment will have, you know, been eroded. So invest in other currency, dollar, euro, pounds or whatever it is. Then reinvest your return. So as you're getting return from that investment, if it is shares, you're getting dividends, reinvest back that dividend so that it can compound and fetch you more return so that you can reach your financial freedom faster. If it is property, maybe you have a property and they are paying you rent, don't be spending the rent. Be using the rent to invest again, either in that assets or in other form of asset. So all your investment will not be just stock alone. You can look at real estate as well. You can look at other people's business as well. Compound interest. So the idea is that your return is compounding. So if you are earning certain amounts now, by the time you put that money back, next time it should have increased how much your return will be. So I'll talk about the need for you to save regularly, financial education, and then building valuable relationships is also key to building wealth. So if you just surround yourself with people that are struggling, then when you need support financially, maybe to maximize an opportunity, you will not be able to, because the people you surround yourself with, they themselves are not financially stable. So relationship is very, very important. Of course, don't just surround yourself with people that you can collect money from. You should also support them as well. Then valuation can also be having a mentor, having a coach, people that can be giving you valuable advice or guidance and so on. Now, when it comes to building wealth, consistency is key. So you don't just invest maybe 1 million naira or 5 million naira and just end it like that. Ensure it is consistent. You do it over time, on monthly basis, on quarterly basis, as often as you can. That is what will make it give you results. Not that you just save 5 million naira and invest that 5 million naira and that's the end. If that 5 million naira will give you 50 million, then it will take longer time. But if you are doing it consistently, then it will be sustainable. So wealth is more than money. So when people think of wealth, they think of money alone. Being physically okay, your body, your health, your career growth, your mental stability, your quality relationship with your family, with your loved ones, they are part of wealth. So when we talk about wealth, you are not just talking about being financially okay. There are many people that are financially okay, but in terms of their family, it is hell. In terms of their career, it's like they are always sad whenever they are going to work because it's like punishment. So yes, they are making good salary, they are earning good salary, they are making good money, but they are not finding fulfillment. So wealth is more than just money. So you have to focus on how you can maintain balance, being healthy. So that means you have to get maybe health insurance or something like that, or maybe exercise your body, eat healthy foods and all of that, so that you can be alive to enjoy that money that you are, building. So I talk about financial freedom and financial security. So the goal of financial freedom is so that you can have option. You are not limited. When you don't have money, you are limited. There's limit to the options you have. But when you build wealth, you have more options. When you build wealth, you have peace of mind. When you build wealth, you have more choice. You can decide to travel, and what we found that your travel will be the interest of your investment, not your own salary, not your seed. It is the returns from your investment that will be funding that car, that will be funding that house, that will be funding that traveling, that will be funding that schooling, and all of those things. So it won't be your seed, which is the capital that you're supposed to invest. So that's why people like Dangote and the likes, they can buy any type of car they want, because the car they will be buying is not the money they are using to build Dangote company that they will be using, but rather all the return that are coming from their investment. So, because I said earlier, you should not, buy expensive things and all of that, they will not get to a point where the investment you have made is not giving you enough return to fund that kind of lifestyle. So at that point, you can live the lifestyle that you want, because it is the return from your investment that are giving you those things. So I hope that clarified that. Before you think that, it's Mr. Wale saying that I should not be living a poor lifestyle. All right, so I don't know if I've picked anything so far from what I've said. So can you share in the comments? Let me know what you have picked so far. What have you picked from what I've said? Did you learn anything from the session so far? Share them in the Zoom chat. What did you get anything from the session? I'm going to take our questions shortly. Can you put in the Zoom chat, what did you gain from the session? Difference between financial free and financial freedom. But you are saying the same thing now, financial free and financial freedom. What did you gain from the session so far? Yes, I did. Live a life of impact beyond yourself and your family. Yeah, that's a good one. Live a life of impact beyond yourself and your family. That's very, very important. Wealth is all around, not just money. Yes, wealth is all around, not just money. Some people are so poor, all they have is money. Some people, they are so poor that all they have is money. Like our politicians, they are very poor, even though they have money. They are not wealthy because their mindset is poor. They keep amassing money, and they will never be satisfied. It will never get to a point where they find fulfillment. That's why the money is meant to fix the road, to create hospital and all of that. They will be spending it, for their own selfish gain, or just bury it somewhere, or be keeping it abroad. The money that should, impact generations. So wealth is not just about money. Difference between financial stability and financial freedom. Yes. It is better to diversify your portfolio and build a life with significance. Yes. Don't just put all your egg in one basket. At least diversify so that if anything go wrong, you are able to, fall back on the other ones. Invest in multiple currency, yes. Invest in different country, yes. Invest in real estate, yes. Don't eat your return, rather put it back for more return. Yes. Yes, that's it. If you can apply these things that you have gained today, you'll be surprised at, the result you will see in, 5 years, in 10 years time. And I picked this line. One is wealthy when your passive income is greater than your expenses. Yes. That should be your focus. Your focus is that how much am I spending? Or am I likely to spend? Or I want to be spending. If your goal is I want to be spending 2 million every month, or 1 million every month, or 500K every month, or 200K every month, whatever your own is. So the question will now be, can I invest such that 500K you want to be spending every month, or 1 million you want to be spending every month, or 2 million or 5 million that you want to be spending every month? What do I need to do that will be giving me that 5 million without me working every month? That should be your focus. Invest in multiple currency, yes, okay. Acquire assets, not liability, yes. So that's why people that know me, you see, I'm not after the next iPhone, because that's not my priority. So, of course, that's your priority. I'm not judging you, but the point is that focus on building assets. There's a level you will build your asset, then that asset cannot give you enough income. Then when the income is enough, you cannot be buying other things that you want. But not that the money should invest. You're not using to buy the things that will not, sustain you. You are not the savior of the world. Okay, that was what caught your attention. That's a good one. Don't save everyone at your own expense. Yes. Let me even shock you. The people you are trying to save, when you are struggling, you are the one that will still judge you and say, so he doesn't even have any saving, and yet he's living as if it's this, as if it's that. So that's the reality for you. Creation of generational wealth is not genital wealth, so it's generational wealth. Teach your children wealth creation principle. Yes. See, the best thing you can give your children is not money, is not property. It is financial education. They may even have first class. It doesn't mean that they are financially sound. So you have to give them things that are beyond money, things that are beyond, cash, so that they can replicate wealth, by themselves as well, and encourage them to pass it to another generation. Invest in what you know. Do your own due diligence. Yes. Okay, yeah. So we've gotten a lot from this session. Now, before I take question and answer, I want to introduce you to other things that I do. So what's your next step? So you need to take this down. That, okay, from what I've learned today, this is the first step I'm going to take. This is the second step I'm going to take. This is the third step I'm going to take. You don't have to write that in the chat. You can just note that down on your own. Because it's not just for you to listen to what we had tonight, but it should spur you to take certain action that can give you the desired result that you want. So I want to introduce you to result acceleration. So apart from 365, like I said at the beginning, I'm a certified coach. So I do career coaching for people, those that want to get a better result in their career. I do business coaching for people, those that want to start their own business, or those that want to grow their business, or those that want to, create wealth. So if you are not employed and you're saying, Mr. Wale, can you work with me so that I can build my career on one-on-one basis so I can do that for you? Or you're saying, I am employed at the moment, but I want to start a business. I can work with you one-on-one on that. Or you're saying, I'm earning good income, but I want to build wealth with it. Can you work with me? I can do that, with you. So my coaching is between 500K to 1 million naira on monthly basis. However, for those that are listening to me, if you're interested in my coaching service, the fee is 100,000 naira, and that will last for a month. One of us that are on this call has been to my coaching session before, and you can see the difference. People don't know the value of coaching until you experience one. So coaching is not teaching. Coaching is not training. In coaching, I will not be teaching you. Instead, I will help you clarify your goal. I will help you identify what can hinder you from achieving that goal and help you come up with how to overcome those things so that you can achieve those goals. So coaching is not about teaching you. It's not training. Coaching is not training. It's not, number one, do this, number two, do this. So it's not me training you. It's me helping you to maximize your results. Let me give you an example. If you look at Lionel Messi and C. Ronaldo, their coach have not won world best, the number of times they have won it. But the coach is able to help them to maximize their potential to achieve that goal. So that's what coaching is about. So coaching is, this is what you want to achieve. So the coach help you, take you through a process that can help you achieve that thing. So that's what coaching is about. So coaching is not training, coaching is not teaching. So the coaching session is not me teaching you or training you. It's what do you want to achieve? This is what I want to achieve. Then we work towards how you can achieve it. And we come up with step by step that you should take. Then go and take that step. So why is it that coaching is not about teaching or training? It's because if two people want to get a job, it's not the same thing that they will do that will give them results. If two people want to make 10 million every month, what they will do to make it will not be the same thing. So that's why coaching is unique for every person. So that's why it's not about me teaching you. It's not about me. It's not about me teaching you. It's about me guiding you. So there are coaching tools, there are coaching methodologies that are used to achieve those things, which is what I use, and administer during coaching session. So this is how coaching work. If somebody is sick now, you go to a doctor, they will do tests for you, right? They will take your blood sample and they will test that blood. They will not say, based on the sample of the blood, the test that we conducted, we discovered that this person have malaria. Then they will not give you treatment for malaria. So that's how coaching works. The doctor will not say, oh, when you come to doctor, say, oh, what is medicine? What is, start teaching you medicine? A doctor will not, be teaching you or be training you how to become a doctor. That's not what it's about. It's about him diagnosing you, see what the problem is, and help you fix that problem. So for example, you have been trying to get a job for the past 1 year, no success. The coaching will now diagnose why there is no success. And after identifying why there's no success, they will now help you. So, okay, this is how to fix it. Then you now fix and take those steps to fix them. And the same thing with this business. Why are you having challenges? All of that. So that's what coaching is all about. So for those that are interested, you can inbox me after this session. All right. So now we are in question and answer session. So if you have questions from what we have talked about today, maybe there's a part that I said that is not clear, or you feel that, how will this man say something like this? You want me to clarify for that, or there's something I did not say I want to ask question about, or whatever it is. So it's your question time. So if you have question, you can use the mic or you can put it in the chat. So we'll do that for the next 10 minutes. If you have questions, this is your time. You can use the mic or you can put it in the Zoom chat. Do you have any question? Any question, any area you want me to clarify? Or is there any confusion you want me to shed light on? No question. If you have, you can signify so that I will know that you are still typing it or something. Any question? So we don't have any question. So if there is no question, the session, did it meet your need? Are you now clear on how you can create wealth? Since you don't have any question for me. So I need your feedback. Are you clear on how you can create wealth that is sustainable? That even when you are no more, it will still be any, income for your family. So, since there's no question, I will end with this note. Okay, I don't earn enough. How can I create wealth? So you have to, first of all, earn enough. Ask yourself, what can I do in addition to what I'm doing now that can increase my earning? So let's say, for example, you are doing a teaching job and your salary is 30,000 or 50,000 naira. The question would be, what can I do that can increase that my 30,000 salary or 50,000 salary to higher amounts? So it could be that you get a job that will pay you higher salary. That's option one. Option two can be you acquire skill that can allow you to charge more fee and earn more money. So that's option two. The first one is you changing job. Second one is you increasing your skill so that you can acquire skill that can, earn you more income. Then the third one would be you creating product or coming up with services that people are willing to pay for, so that you extending that service to them, they pay you in return. But the service you should focus on will be the one that can earn you good income, or the product you focus on will be the product that can earn you good income. And it can even be an affiliate. Let's say you identify the need around you. Maybe people need laptop, people need land, people need house, people need phone, people need whatever the people need. You don't need to have those things. You can just connect to people that offer those things and make it available to those people that need them, and they pay you in return for it. And like I said, it should be something that will be rewarding. Or like I said, it could be you upskilling yourself. Maybe you don't have a skill that can earn you income. Question will be, what skill can I acquire that can earn me good income? Example, I wanted to hire people to edit video for me. Some of them are charging me 100K per month. I say 100K, 800K per month. So video editing skill is something that is in demand. Everybody's going on YouTube. They need to edit that video. If it's something that appeals to you, you can acquire it and start charging people for it. If you know how to build websites, there are millions of people registering business on daily basis at corporate affairs. They need a website. Charge them 200K, 500K, 1 million naira. That can, earn you better income. You can help people advertise what they do through digital marketing. We've done a session before now, how to monetize your skill. I paste the video link in the WhatsApp group. I don't know if I've watched it or if you're a part of the training. If you have not watched it, go and watch it. It will tell you how to, monetize your skill. If you're a data analyst, data scientist, cybersecurity person, I answer all of those things in that video. So I don't know if that answers your question. The best. I don't know if I answered the question. All right. Then if you're given 50 million today, what will you do with it to create wealth? Ken, you want me to answer that? You have to pay me for me to tell you what I will do personally with it. But I've answered it in the question now. And in the course of the session, I've answered it already. So you can, now this is the truth. You can invest in other people's business. So if you look at Nigeria now, which business are doing well? Dangote business is doing well. Tony Elumelu business is doing well. That man that owns Boa, his business is doing well. Some of our banks are doing well. Some of our oil and gas are doing well. Some of our telecom are doing well. So you can invest that money in their business. Now, why am I saying you should invest it in their own business? It's because when you invest it in their business, you are leveraging on their own time, on their resources, on their pedigree, their status, their relationship, their network to grow your own wealth. So while you are sleeping, they are working for you. Those bank staff are working for you. Dangote staff, they are all working for you. So that's one way. Another way is you can invest in real estate. But real estate, if it's not done with wisdom or with informed decision, it can be a disaster. I've seen people lose millions through real estate. The land you want to acquire, do you get the right proper documentation for it? Did you do your research about that it is not a land that is under government acquisition? That place where the land is located, is it a place that is likely to grow, over time? So those are, things you need to research about it. And yeah, so like I said, invest in financial education. Whatever you want to invest in, learn deeply about it first before you go into it. It is very funny to me and very pathetic when people say, oh, which stock should I buy? Or which area should I invest in? It shows lack of education. And I'm not saying this to demean those people. It's just that you that have 50 million, why not invest 1 million to acquire knowledge on how you can maximize that 50 million naira? So what people lack is financial literacy, financial intelligence, financial knowledge. And that's what everybody should first of all focus on. Not even how to spend that money now. It is, how can I know enough such that I even need to know to spend that my money, how to invest that my money. So that's what you invest in. So attend seminar, buy financial books, watch YouTube videos, go to training, get a mentor that is already succeeding, let them guide you, that will help. So that on your own, you know what to do with any money that comes your way. And the best time to prepare for how to invest money is before the money comes. Because when the money comes, you'll be confused. You don't know what to do. But when you already plan ahead, that, okay, if I have 10 million, this is what I'll do. 50 million, this is what I'll do. 100 million, this is what I'll do. 1 billion, this is what I'll do. If you have those plans in place, where as they are coming, you're just putting them in those plans you have already. When you don't have plan, you're not thinking, and there's this house I wanted to buy, and there's this car I wanted to buy. The things that you are not even supposed to focus on will not be your focus, and it will derail you. So, but in summary, I think I've answered you earlier, is that invest that money in other people's business so that they are the one doing the work. You are just earning from, the profits that they are making from the work. Ken, I hope that answers your question. But if you don't mind, you can start your own business. That's also fine. But that's what I would rather do. So any other question? So if there's no other question, then we can call it a day here. It's a pleasure having you listening to me tonight. And I believe that you've gained one or two things that you can apply. So wishing you all the best and compliment of the season. Enjoy your holiday with your family. And don't use all your salary for December for Christmas. So there's life after Christmas. All right. Bye, everyone. Yeah, you are welcome, Donald. Yeah, you're welcome, Ken. Yeah, you're welcome, Timmy Tokpe.